Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking once again about NIO. I'm going to go through quickly technical analysis, the news, and what is there to be anticipated for the stock and the price movement. Make sure to drop a link to this video to help the channel grow up, subscribe, and leave notifications on. At the end of the video, if you like this video, make sure you share it. Now, at any point while I'm going through technical analysis, if you feel you're being a little bit lost, you'll find in the description below a playlist of technical indicators that you can watch after this. Let's jump right into it. On a 1 week perspective, what we get to see here on MACD is a little bit choppy, but really strong ADX. Now, I have almost never seen an ADX sit at 72. Usually it hits 50 and then dumps back below. So that is something to be expected in it, and that it's probably at a level that might be a little bit unsustainable. It's overbought on the million percent R, although moving averages are extremely bullish, and if it dips all the way down to 1250, it is easily going to be seeing a reversal. Now, something to consider here is on the MACD, it's actually attempting a negative reversal. Moving averages look extremely bullish, all the way down to 1972 or 1963. ADX shows in the possibility of a new trend forming. Million percent R puts this one on neutral. Momentum is a little bit choppy, so that is something to consider. Now, let's take a look into the 1 hour perspective just for the next few hours, nothing more. What we get to see here is that probably it went from bullish to bearish, but the MACD is curving back up. So you might see a little bit of recovery coming into the extended market or tomorrow morning. Moving averages, you get to see a really bullish extension. We're looking at on the top 22.29, 2014 in the middle, and at the bottom 18.22. Now, Stochastic, what we get to see is that it's actually curving up quite high, and it hasn't really touched the bottom all the way back to where May is, and once again where July is. So it doesn't give us much significance at this point, but nonetheless, it shows us that this is a high point to buy in, and it's a little bit dangerous. Now, the channel's forming looks something like this, but I'm going to be focusing on the latest one here. It's currently in the bottom half of the channel. Top is 22.53, and it looks like it's actually going a little bit downwards, so you might actually see $20 or $19 going all the way down. Now, taking a quick look into Fibonacci retracement supports and resistances to get a bit of understanding onto where we're probably going to be seeing a bit more action here. Support is sitting all the way 1820, and then below that 1475 for Fibonacci retracements. Now, if we were looking at supports and resistances, what we get to see here is a significant support at the 2109, a really strong one at the 2063 below that. Below that, we're looking at 2043, 1978, and then below that 1804, 1671. Now, resistances that a lot of people are more interested in is 2189, 2237, and 2259. So it's very much almost very close to its 52-week high. Now let's take a look into latest news, because that's what that's where a lot of the action is probably going to be coming from. Coming in towards news, their third quarter update for 2020 and September updates, NIO delivered almost 4,700 of just above 4,700 vehicles in September 2020, increasing by 133.2% over a year. NIO delivered 12,206 vehicles in 3 months ended September 2020, increasing by 154.3% year over year. NIO delivered 26,375 vehicles in 2020 in total, decreasing by 113.7% year over year, and NIO began deliveries off EC6 in late September 2020, and cumulative deliveries off ES8, 6, and ESC as of September 30 that reached 58,288. Institutional buyers look to be extremely bullish on this one. They've been adding shares rather than dumping shares, especially all the way back to probably end of September. What we get to see here is the addition of easily 4 or 5 million shares for the stock. That is massive. We're talking $20 per share, 5 million. You're talking about tens of millions, if not almost hundreds. Now, this is their website. One of the latest news that comes up is their new headquarters coming up. This was 4 days ago. It opened up. Really nice headquarters. That's as much as I can get to say. It looks like they have a large capacity for employees. So that's all you can say about it. Nothing significant there. NIO will also cooperate Hefei charge a subsidiary of Hefei City Construction Investment Holding Group to promote deployment of battery swapping facilities in 2020 and 21 and further secure Hefei's leading position in smart electrical vehicle charging and battery swapping network. That's another kind of PR kind of hidden in there. Now, if we were looking into China's EVs, they sold around 100,000 plug-in electrical cars that were sold in August 2020. And you get to see it's actually almost increasing month per month, but it's kind of almost slowing down a little. But September, October, November, December usually are higher trends, as we get to see all the way in 2018, and roughly in 2019 looks like it's actually following that trend. Definitely in 2017 and 2018, where the end of the years saw a bit more sales than the months. So that is something interesting to see, because we can get to see that quarter 3 and quarter 4 are going to be most likely better than quarter 2 and quarter 1, although quarter 3 is affected by the pandemic, so definitely put a pin in it. Quarter 4 sounds to be probably going to have some surprises for us that's going to be very interesting. Now coming on to what I think about the stock and the price movement for this one. So this one is hitting in the 52-week high, and basically the common sense says if this one was trading all the way back to $1.19, around $1.19 the same time last year, so we're October 13th, yeah, around the same time last year, and we're trading at easily, well, 20 times more than that, or let's say 19 times more than that. It makes sense that we start scaling our position out. We start selling our position out. You cannot time the peak or the bottom, right? You can't time them, but you can start scaling out. And this is a time where I can start saying maybe it's time to scale out and let the rest ride. And that is what I think about the stock. Now, it has a lot of potential, it has a lot of future, and I could not stress this more. This is one of the stocks that I really believe in long term. And you can see why. I mean, I believe I hit it as long-term stock all the way back to $7.72, and ever since then it actually multiplied, or I even think was somewhere around this region. And what do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Subscribe and like it. Have a wonderful day.